Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Plug in India Electric Vehicle Weekly Show. In this episode, we'll be discussing Hyundai and Volvo's renewed commitment to electric vehicles. We also have an audio version of the show. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts and Spotify. Okay, so for our first news item, we'll be discussing the Hyundai eGMP, a new platform for electric vehicles by Hyundai. This is a new modular EV architecture which will be a part of 23 battery-operated electric cars in the next 5 years. It consists of a modular chassis design and an 800-volt system. The first cars with this technology will be available starting 2021. To give you more information, Hyundai Motor Group, which owns Hyundai and Kia as well as Genesis, showed us a new modular BEV platform for bigger vehicles called the eGMP. Hyundai Motor Group has big plans for the eGMP. This new architecture will support Hyundai Motor Group's goal of introducing 23 BEV models by 2025 across its Hyundai, Kia and Genesis brands. The company's goal is to sell 1 million BEVs in that same time frame. The first few models will be hitting showrooms sometime in 2021. The platform boasts of an integrated charging control unit and a bi-directional charging plug. What this means is that you can use it to power your home appliances like the air conditioner or the fridge, and you can also use it for vehicle-to-vehicle charging. A car with the eGMP platform can be used to charge any other EV. The eGMP platform offers high-speed charging. It has 800-volt standard capability. The rate of charging is up to 350 kilowatts. It is backward compatible with existing chargers for up to 400-volt systems. The 350 kilowatt DC charger can take the car from 0% to 80% in under 20 minutes. The power electric system, the motor, inverter and EV transmission are all integrated into one unit. This makes the drivetrain 2 and 3% more efficient. It is designed to give 500 kilometers WLTP certified range. The battery packs uses individual pouch cells, not cylindrical cells like Tesla. Also, the batteries are NMC or nickel manganese cobalt batteries. The first eGMP vehicle will be the Hyundai Ioniq 5 to be launched in 2021. The first eGMP Kia vehicle will be a new crossover also to be unveiled in 2021. Alright, so this just blew our minds. It shows that Hyundai is really thinking about the future. In a few years' time, 500 kilometers will be the minimum range expected of electric vehicles. These efficiency improvements that Hyundai has made truly support long-distance electric cars. One feature that caught our attention is vehicle-to-vehicle charging. We feel that, hey buddy, can you spare some charge is going to become the standard question asked of Hyundai eGMP vehicle owners everywhere in a few years' time. Also, integrated charging is a really cool concept. It will basically turn your EV into a gigantic power bank. In fact, Hyundai claims that with the eGMP platform, you can operate a mid-sized air conditioner or a 55-inch television for up to 24 hours. Overall, this concept shows a lot of promise, but we also have some concern. Integrating the motor, inverter and EV transmission into one unit might be more efficient, but we wonder how repairable the unit will be. Also, diagnosing issues with components is something that Hyundai will need to look at. Nevertheless, Hyundai's investment into next-gen EVs is certainly impressive. We are not sure if these vehicles will be launched in India by 2021, but we look forward to them coming to India by 2022 or 2023. For now, hats off to Hyundai's EV team for their long-term vision. Okay, moving on to the second news item, Volvo Cars India has said that they are committed to having a full portfolio of electric cars for the Indian market. By mid-2021, Volvo intends to launch the XC40 Recharge, the first all-electric car by Volvo for the Indian market. To elaborate, the Volvo XC40 Recharge has the following features. It has a twin motor system with a combined power of 304 kilowatt, a 78 kilowatt hour battery pack offering 400 kilometers of range, acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds, a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour. Charging is available through an 11 kilowatt AC charger or a 150 kilowatt DC fast charger. Charles Frump, the managing director at Volvo Car India, said, and I quote, "Volvo is committed to sustainable mobility and plans to bring a full portfolio of electric cars to India. This is part of our global commitment to reducing our CO2 footprint per car by 40% by 2025. Our first battery electric vehicle, the Volvo XC40 Recharge, is coming to India in the second half of 2021. So, Volvo seems pretty ambitious. They've declared that by 2025, 50% of the vehicles they sell will be electric, while the other 50% will be hybrid. So, the Volvo XC40 Recharge will be the first of many electric cars to come from Volvo in the coming years. It's good to see that Volvo intends to bring its electric cars to the Indian market as soon as possible. Like the Jaguar I-Pace, this will be another eco-friendly luxury car option for rich buyers to consider. Alright, moving on to the next news item. IIT Madras recently signed an MOU with Hitachi ABB Power Grids and Ashok Leyland. Through the MOU, IIT Madras intends to run electric buses on its campus. The electric buses will be manufactured by Ashok Leyland and will make use of Hitachi's flash charging technology. This flash charging system quickly charges the battery while passengers get on and off the bus. IIT Madras will host the infrastructure required to operate the flash charging system for the electric buses. All three organizations, IIT Madras, Ashok Leyland and Hitachi, will run these electric buses for sustainable in-campus mobility of the students and staff of the institute. These electric buses, coupled with the flash charging system, can save as much as 1,000 tons of carbon dioxide if a bus drives 600,000 kilometers per year. Also, there are 30% operating cost savings when compared to a diesel bus. This offers great business value to operators and also helps the environment. In Simla, Jaipur, Pune, Bombay and Bangalore, we have electric buses running on the streets. All these electric buses are running great and saving a great deal of money for these cities' respective municipalities. In Pune and Bombay, for example, we get to see these silent electric buses whizzing past us as we sit in traffic. Minister for Road Transport and Highways and Minister for MSME, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, unveiled India's first electric bus intercity route between Bombay and Pune in February 2020. More such intercity routes are planned and will be coming up soon in the coming years. Multiple educational and industrial campuses and factories can adopt these electric buses if IIT Madras's electric bus project is successful. The Delhi government is planning to promote electric bicycle use by offering attractive incentives under its ambitious electric vehicle policy. The Transport Department has released a new draft proposals for including electric bicycles in the Delhi Electric Vehicle Policy 2020. The Delhi state government has already started providing subsidies of up to Rs 30,000 on electric scooters and motorcycles and up to Rs 1.5 lakhs for cars to promote faster EV adoption. For electric cycles, it plans to subsidize 25% of the cost of the cycle or up to Rs 5,500 and give an additional fixed incentive of Rs 2,000 on the first 10,000 electric cycles sold. The Delhi government also expects large-scale electric cycle use by people in the home delivery business. There will be higher incentives for cargo electric cycles which can be used for last mile delivery. A purchase incentive of 33% of the price up to Rs 15,000 per cargo e-cycle will be given to buyers of the first 10,000 cargo e-cycles. At last, the electric cycle industry has been crying out for such incentives for a long time. Although these incentives are restricted to Delhi for now, they are still a great initiative. Consider this, an electric bicycle consumes only about 300 watt hours of electricity to travel 50 kilometers. On the other hand, an electric scooter consumes 1.5 to 2 kilowatt hours to travel 50 kilometers. Electric cycles are incredibly energy efficient. You are basically spending 2 rupees to travel 50 kilometers. This makes electric cycles insanely economical. Unfortunately, most electric bicycles in India are expensive and cost upwards of rupees 30,000. However, the rupees 7,000 incentive being offered by the Delhi government is very attractive. Hopefully, it will attract many individuals and businesses to electric bicycles as an ultra efficient means of transport. Alright guys, with that we come to the end of this week's episode. What do you think of Hyundai's new platform and Volvo's renewed commitment to electric vehicles? Do let us know in the comments below. You can write to us at support@pluginindia.com or you can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. We are self-owned and not a part of any large media organization. If you like our work, do consider supporting us on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member. This helps us pay our staff and for our bandwidth. You can support the show for free as well by writing a review or by recommending it to friends and family. Every little bit helps. Finally, do consider subscribing to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts and Spotify. Thanks for watching.